When people talk about digital art, it takes on many forms and shapes. Technically, you could say, a digital version of a Van Gogh painting put on a digital canvas is digital art. Technically it is. I would call it more digitized art. What we are focusing on is more what we would call new media art. So it's art that is originally created using digital means, which could encompass video art, could be computer generated art, for example, but it is art that was created for this medium specifically. We need to look at it not from the pure technology perspective, i.e. dumbing it down to, LED is now replacing projection or something like that, but really looking at these different technologies, looking at it as a medium to create this new media art. How does that impact the artist? What does that give the artist as tools to create? What we are offering you is things like artistic freedom. We're liberating you from the size and aspect ratio limitation. We're creating ways of using different dot pitches, for example, to create different effects, because this is not like watching a movie or a classic space where you say higher resolution is better. Higher resolution is not better, it's different. Does that line up with the vision of the artist for this specific work? It depends on the vision of the artist, and so that is the driver, not the technology. And we should be thinking about it not from the perspective of can we build a better mousetrap, but from the perspective of the artist, the creative side. That's what drives everything. To me, the digital canvas is a much better way of working with this than to talk about specific imaging technologies, for example. If you would ask an artist, why did you develop this work in a 16:9 aspect ratio? The answer would more than likely be, that's because that's all we have to display it on, so I'm conforming to the format. Like it or not, 16:9 has been hardwired into people's brains as this is a TV or a computer screen context. Hence, what you view on that is seen in that context. That's not the context for art. In fact, that devalues the art. But if you're able to use technologies like direct view LED, where you can say, I can create a completely custom digital canvas in terms of shape. If I play with the dot pitches, I can even play with the granularity, the texture of the canvas. It truly becomes an artistic medium. There's a lot of people that are interested in doing this, but there's limited examples of this actually having been done in homes. And that's where I like to think that as Barco Residential, we are playing a role in that and trying to move that forward by connecting the dots. It's looking at people like galleries, people like artists, bringing the technology people together with the artist, with the gallery, with the custom integrators, for example, because this is a team effort. The interest has been growing tremendously, and art has been a natural interest for architecture and design. And now with new media art also creates that connection point with the technology, which is a less straightforward connection point for architecture and design. And quite apart from just focusing on the new media art, I think getting closer, becoming part of the architecture and design community is an absolute must for all of us in this industry, or at least the part in the industry that we as a company play in. We really only reach a very small proportion of the people that would be interested in having this type of art in their homes. Yet the architecture and design communities work with 100% of these people. So for me, it's incredibly important because the architect is also an important part of how does the art get integrated into the home. As with so many things, the first installation is always the most difficult one, right? If you now say, hey, do we have 100 examples of where people have done this in their homes and done it in this way and that way? No, we don't. It's probably a 1 year to 2 year process for the first ones to get going. But I can see the interest steadily growing. And of course, you're connecting dots that were never connected before. So they need to get familiar with each other as well and work out how we all bring this. But at the end of the day, the ultimate objective is we are bringing an incredible experience to the end user or to the art collector, and we're helping the artist to bring their vision and their art to the people, and that's a great thing to be doing.